Depression can look different for everybody. It has many different faces. It's not always gloomy. It can look like fatigue. It can look like forgetfulness, spinning over and over again in the circle of negative thoughts, feeling like you're alone in a dark place. And internally, you're screaming for help, but your body won't reach out for help. All right, which one do you want to start with?
The burgundy. And look at that.
Oh, look at Janice.
Look at who opens up.
Oh, Lord. I've been living with depression for over 25 years.
1997.
I was 6 or 7, depending on if it was at the beginning. When I was growing up, I was living with my mom. We had some good experiences from what I can remember.
Look at all that hair your mother had.
Yeah. A lot of my family members say I look a lot like her and I act a lot like her.
I gave your mama one of these to take with her on her journey.
My mom passed away when I was 8. I remember an ambulance came and took her to the hospital, and I remember her boyfriend taking me to my grandma's. She passed away from a brain aneurysm. All I remember is somebody walking in the door and saying that she's gone. Yeah. And that is what started my depression journey. I was just trying to figure out at 8 years old, like, okay, what's going on? I don't even know what to call it. I was just in a state of just existing.
It's impactful as you grow up without a mother. So she's had to process some things.
I would go in my grandmother's bathroom and be like, why, God? Like, why am I going through this? Why did you take her from me? Kind of just mouthing it in silence so that nobody hears me, because I'm still trying to process it. I didn't really know how to deal with it. I was just kind of going through the motions.
When you lose someone, it's like you've actually lost a part of your body.
Depression is an invisible disorder, but it's totally visible to the person who's suffering from it. It's also very visible to the people who live with them. To recover from depression is a heroic task. You're not just fighting the outside, you're in some ways fighting your own belief systems. I believe to come up to a healthcare provider and to say something is wrong requires courage. Depression's been a common problem, hasn't it, been with your patients?
The one thing I often hear, I know you hear it as well, that they are isolated, alone, and oftentimes don't reach out for help for a lot of different reasons.
Saundra and I have been partners at work for 30 plus years. We've also been partners in life for almost 30 years.
Probably the most common condition we take care of is major depression.
Saundra brings with her these powerful tools of talk therapy, psychotherapy, and I bring the tools of pharmacotherapy.
Sharing in the work together brings a sense of comfort and support, because the work is heavy and at times can be trying.
I've described major depression as the Arctic winter. Cold, desolate, tough place to live. Very vibrant human lives become barren. Friends fall away, passions fall away. Many people who suffer from major depression start thinking this is a disorder of weakness. That's not the case whatsoever. Major depression has the power to change the way we think, but one must guard against that.
If we were to think about the brain as a building, it would look like this. The ground floor controls breathing, sleep. The middle floor is emotion, meaning. And the top floor, thinking, reasoning. Communication travels between the floors like an elevator. When depression arrives, the elevator breaks. It now has trouble navigating the floors. And this is what can make regulating emotions so difficult.
The brain is a unique organ. There's still a lot that's undiscovered about it.
Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to change, learn, and adapt. We hope to use the brain's neuroplasticity to treat symptoms of depression.
We know that major depression in a negative way impacts both the emotional part of the brain, the amygdala, as well as the prefrontal cortex, the thinking part of the brain. Prescription digital therapeutics, brain training exercises can begin to improve that connection between the thinking part of the brain and that emotional part of the brain. At the same time, we believe that may reduce the symptoms of major depression. I've had patients who will say, Saundra, I cannot drive 45 minutes to get to an office to see you. But prescription digital therapeutics allows us another way to really meet our patients exactly where they are.
Medication was the first thing doctors gave me. But as I grew older, sometimes even that wasn't enough. When I found out that the digital therapeutic app was something I can do on my own time, I was excited. It was something I could incorporate like on my lunch break or in the morning before I went to work. It was something that is easily accessible and very flexible.
When our patients first start the brain exercises, we hear them tell us, I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing, or it's uncomfortable. It's about consistency, practice, repetition, just showing up. It's not about perfection, but just about progress.
Hey. My son, he is 2 years old. He is really outgoing and adventurous, and he doesn't know how much of an impact he's already had on my depression. Every time I look at him, I just feel a burst of excitement. I want every person who suffers with depression to know that they're not alone. And with the right tools and support, they can thrive too.
I think recovery from depression
Isn't zero symptoms. It's living well, even on low days. It's holding difficult emotions alongside positive experiences.
I do believe people who suffer from depression, fight depression, recover from depression, are my heroes, and they should be treated as such.
Depression isn't something you just fix. You just learn to live with it and find new ways to move forward. What I would tell my 8-year-old self is that you're not in it alone and that you do have the support system and you'll get through it. It's difficult right now, but take your time. Don't rush it because it's a marathon, not a sprint. Just remember to treat everyone just with a gentle heart because you never know what someone is going through. I feel like I'm in a brightening chapter and there's only more chapters to be written. So yeah, I guess you could say the future seems pretty bright.